Okay, so, cool. Is there any pregame business we need to deal with?
Just a reminder, I will not be here next week.
I was actually going to ask that very question, but yes, I did actually remember. Okay, cool. All right, so then we'll try to get into this and get it finished uh, so John doesn't miss anything. Cool. So, as I recall, and I don't, um, you guys did a lot of talking last session, a lot of planning. Um, there were meetings with new friends and potential new allies and potential enemies, and uh, there was violence at a pirate's tavern. I guess I should say a sailor's tavern, but whatever. Um, and as we were leaving off, I believe that uh, you guys were in the solarium of the Spires of Morning. You had requested aid, which you received at least in the form of one um, dwarven follower of Lathander. Reyna, the one of the lieutenants in the Griffin Cavalry, has agreed to help you. She's not necessarily able to offer you direct assistance, but she's going to give you what support she can. And Serena has retrieved for you some items that may or may not be of use to you. She scrounged up what she could out of the coffers of the Spires of Morning. And as I recall leaving off, you guys were all in the solarium. I think you were actually all together, unusually. Excuse me. And Serena had arrived with some goods. Brutus was there in his armor. And
Oh yeah, we got amphetamines from
Yeah,
Delvarian.
we're gonna do this on speed, guys.
Also, yeah, we haven't rested yet, right?
No.
So are we in exhaustion point territory yet?
We have 1 point of
Okay, we
exhaustion.
have 1 point. Okay.
yeah, you should all have a point of exhaustion here.
Yep.
Did I not clear that? Okay. So, yeah. Whoops. Did I forget anything?
Yes.
What did I forget?
We left off without it going, uh-oh, as O's disappeared from his sensory.
That's right.
Yep. You Razafrazin.
That's right. Yes, Oz had gone, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he had gone to the cave, right? He had gone to explore.
Correct.
Yeah, and as we left off, yes, that's right. Alton, you felt the distinct, kind of bond that you have with Oz just sort of vanish out of nowhere. And yeah, I think you guys all were in the solarium, and you probably noticed this. I imagine you noticed Alton sort of, his demeanor probably changed rather suddenly, I would think. And I think that's where we'll pick up again, unless there's something else I'm leaving off.
I think that's
Oh,
about it.
did I get a short rest at least at the tavern while we were waiting?
I believe you did, yes, because you didn't do anything.
Right. Then I'm going to use a hit dice because I did lose some HP.
Oh yeah, you got punched in the face.
Now,
Yeah.
Lena's not with us, though, right? I believe we were supposed to go back to her because not everybody was with us when we were
Correct.
in her office.
Yes.
Okay.
You mean Reyna of the Griffin Cavalry?
Reyna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't she gonna meet us?
We
yeah.
had to go get her.
Yeah, we have to go
Oh.
back to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Right.
was assembling some information. She was figuring out, what information she could provide you and that sort of thing. Yeah. So she is not with you, but you were in the solarium, and Brutus is there with Serena. And Serena.
I do hope.
Go ahead.
You can finish. It's not important.
Well, Serena was lowering this kind of crate with some items for you as we left off, and Alton is. The blood might be draining from his face. I don't know.
After a couple of minutes of confusion where he doesn't understand what just happened, yeah.
Do I keep the Arcana I rolled, or am I supposed to roll them again
What did you roll Arcana for?
for my Abyssal Arcana?
Oh.
We didn't technically have a rest, but I'm supposed to get them like every new ones every day. So, do I roll those again, or?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Is it once a day at dawn, or?
I'd have to look it up.
Well, why don't you look that up and see what
I'll go
the
look that
technical
up.
definition is. So yeah, you guys are hanging out. What are you doing?
As Serena enters the room, I'm gonna greet her.
Yeah,
Welcome to Walmart.
She gives you kind of a reluctant smile and a nod. I think Brutus is just kind of there, like sitting on the bench because you guys aren't like getting up to go. And Brutus is just kind of hanging out there, and he looks obviously impatient. And I think he kind of says out loud to no one in particular, "All right, so what's the plan then?"
Sister, we're going to be going shortly. I see from what you've brought up here, you've obviously been very beneficial to us already. I hate to ask for anything more, but we are going against the Zentarum, and they're not known for using fair tactics. They do use poisons in that. Is there any way for us to get blessings or prayers of protection against poison before leaving?
You're asking.
Don't we have?
We actually have
Sisters.
6 poisons. 6
Oh,
poison
we do.
resistance.
Oh,
That's,
yep. Never mind.
From the dragon. From the dragon, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's technically true. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. So well done.
Yeah. So, Sister Serena, thank you so much for these goods. There's nothing additional I need to ask, other than what's in the box.
What's in the box? Turns out it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So
She was
Totally
hot.
useless.
But is it a +1 head?
I guess
Can it be
depends-
used as a bludgeoning weapon?
It depends on how you use it, John. So what you find in the crate are the following. You find 2 vials of what I think you can reasonably assess are healing potions. They're like relatively small. There is another vial that's like arguably larger, but not massive. It's not like a beaker. It also contains what appears to be a similar red viscous liquid that you can assume is another healing potion, probably a stronger one. And then there are, there's kind of like a small box that sits within the crate. Looks like it might contain like jewelry of a sort. And it's a very plain looking box. Like it's not velvet or silk lined, anything to that effect, but it's pretty plain. And underneath that, there's kind of a larger object that appears to be wrapped up in some sort of like kind of heavy cloth, as if for protection. And Serena just kind of gestures at you as if to say, like, you know, take what you need, and she, you know, she doesn't make any move to try to stop you. You know, this stuff is meant for you.
Okay.
In the cloth.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and open the box first.
Okay. What you find is a small, like bright silver ring. Looks very clean. It has engraved around it. It almost looks like 2 wings that have been created into a band. And it's, I think you could reasonably assess just looking at it that it appears magical. Excuse me. And yeah. So you would have to she kind of watches you. I'm not going to do that to you. She kind of watches you open it and looks at it. She says, I believe that's used to increase your deafness, your your ability to, I guess, move out of the way. I've never worn it myself, but, and she kind of looks at Brutus as if for help, and Brutus just has this like almost shit-eating grin on his face. He says, "Aye, right. It's good for dodging fireballs, mate."
Oh, would I know what this is?
I mean, not just by looking at it, you could inspect it.
Can I inspect it?
Yeah. Do you want to give me like a Arcana check or something else?
Sure.
Okay.
It's only a 4.
Disadvantage because we're exhausted.
It's true.
Oh, right.
Oh, so 14. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you think that given the context of what Brutus said, plus what the ring looks like, that it seems like something that would give you, we mechanically as players know that it's a ring of evasion.
Which is really fucking nice.
But yeah, as characters, you could reasonably assess that, it would give you maybe a boost or an additional benefit to getting out of the way.
That is going to be really nice.
And then the larger item.
Yeah, as
Take
you
that
as
out
you
as
kind
well.
of pull the cloth off, it almost appears that there's a light emanating from within, like as you're peeling the cloth back, even though there's no natural light coming from like underneath the crate. But there's sort of a glint of light that kind of strikes you, and you kind of have to blink a couple times, and then as you peel the cloth back, you look at what appears to be maybe some of the finest chainmail you've ever seen.
Wow.
It's sparkles, it's clean, it's unusually well crafted. It does not appear to be a natural metal looking at it.
Well, is it a chain shirt or is it chain mail?
I believe, let me double check, but I believe it's chain mail. But let me just double check myself. I think it's chain mail.
Okay. So this is probably going to Reggie. I don't think anyone else can wear heavy armor.
I think chainmail's medium.
Chainmail's
Chain
heavy.
is heavy, yeah.
Chain
Chain
shirt
shirt
is
is
medium.
medium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chain
chainmail's
shirt.
medium.
Yeah, I mean, you would
Out of
need to
character.
investigate. Yeah, as your character wouldn't necessarily know looking at it, but as a player, yeah.
I was sure it was something I'd seen before.
It is something you've seen before?
I said I wasn't sure if it had.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would need to make some sort of check, I think, to see if it was something that you have seen before.
Probably
I don't
not.
think Sil has all that much experience with armor, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I don't know squat about magic items. I could make an Arcana check, but it's not going to be very
Yeah, I
good.
mean, I could do an Arcana check, but Sil doesn't really know squat about armor either. So
What kind of metal is that, Serena?
And she looks at you a little surprised that you kind of spoke to her, and she said, well, I believe that it's something ancient. I believe they call it, and she kind of like stutters a little bit. She said mithril? And like, again, Brutus is just laughing off in the corner. He's like, you all that green. It's elvish. The bastards make it by the dozen. They don't like giving it away, though. He said, it's mithril. It's good. It's good armor. Put it on. Use it. And I think by this point, he's probably like not quite polishing his sword, but he's like looking at it and looking it over and making sure that like there's no dents. He's like inspecting it. He just looks kind of bored.
who uses medium armor though?
Well, it's not. I have regular chainmail, so it would
Again,
definitely improve what I wear.
Yeah, Reginald's going to be up front more than likely,
Fair
taking
enough.
the brunt of damage. So I think I'd be most comfortable with him having that.
He's gonna look pimped out in that.
It does look like very fine chainmail.
The potions.
Are you saying
How
that?
many
I
were
think-
there?
Oh, you're just.
I'm talking to the party in general.
Sorry.
The potions, I think you guys can pass them out however you'd like. I obviously have means of my own. I also have 2 additional potions on me that I'd like to hand out as well.
I have means of my own as well, but I wouldn't mind taking one just in case you go down.
One of the potions that I have in my possession, I want to give to Reginald, and that's a potion of superior healing.
Damn.
Wow.
Thank you, Phelan. I'll not let you down.
I do not have any healing spells today,
Uh,
unfortunately.
Frontline. Is there anyone else? Those of us who were with Lieutenant Reyna should understand we're not allowed to kill people while we're in there. Obviously, defending ourselves may be one thing, but she stipulated we cannot kill. So,
Is it even possible not to kill
well,
magic?
It is if you.
I'm
use
gonna
your
say
strength.
intentionally. Intentionally, we cannot.
If someone attacks me, I'm going to kill him.
Well, what we need to look at is what our means are, non-lethal means, and if anyone's going to end up being at a disadvantage, that's who I'd like to give the second potion to.
I can aim for non-vital spots. It's easy enough.
Same here.
Eras do have a problem with
I
that.
kill with fire and ice, though. I don't know how I'm supposed to make that not lethal.
Don't go for the chest or the head. Hit the legs, the extremities.
That's where it does most damage.
I'm not sure what type of support Lieutenant Reyna is going to be able to support us, but perhaps we might even be able to intimidate and scare some of them off by using certain spells. We won't necessarily have to kill them, just intimidate them enough to get them out of the way.
Can anybody become a T-Rex?
T-Rex, you say?
What's a T-Rex?
What is T-Rex? Give me the book and I will try.
Hey, T-Rexes actually exist in Sword Coast, okay? They're just in show.
They do. That's why he doesn't know what they are.
So I suppose now would be the time to tell you that I have lost my connection to O's, and since I still have my magic, it means my patron didn't revoke it, which means he was discovered and killed.
So, can't you just resummon him?
Takes time, does it not?
10
Takes
minutes.
time and money, neither of which I have.
Money we have. If we can get the
I
information
have to
that
go
he
get
got
the
from
stuff
him.
for it.
You'll be able to get your friend back soon enough.
You need to focus.
I need charcoal, incense, herbs.
You need to focus.
No, there's actually a gold cost to the summoning. He needs the items.
Yeah,
I
the
know
actual.
it's like 10 gold.
Don't worry about it. We'll get your friend back later. We're a bit of a tight schedule, and we need to
Agreed.
make one last question for everyone. We're apparently splitting up. Who's going where, and are we being quiet about it?
Well,
Well-
again, sorry, go ahead, Valem.
No, I was probably going to say the same thing you were. I don't think that's necessarily set in mind that we absolutely have to split up in order to do this. It's
don't
just
think
one of
so.
the options.
Yeah,
we
I
also
don't
have to
think
see-
up's good.
What Serena is providing for us to see if splitting is
Exactly.
necessary. And once we're all
Exactly.
together, again, I have means in which to make it, even if we do split, so long as I prepare ahead of time, we can all have means of being quiet and hopefully going relatively unseen until absolutely necessary.
So I do want to point something out to you guys, because I'm a benevolent GM. I think you could have reasonably assessed from the blood letters that, you know, it's your game. You do what you want, but going in the front door in the cave specifically, there's quite literally nowhere for you to hide. Like, there's no way you can get in the cave mouth unless all of you were literally invisible. At least from what Cantor told you.
I
When he
can't really
wasn't
think-
hitting on us.
Well, yeah, I mean between breaths, you know.
Uh-huh.
wasn't
Well, that's
barking like a dog, more like it.
it's likely going to be another question for Raina when we get back to her. She's more than likely going to know the city
And the tunnels.
if she's aware if she's aware of the underground entrances.
She might be able to get maps of the.
That's what she was
Source.
looking for.
Yeah.
before we left.
Specifically for them. I would hope so.
So we have what we can get from here. Serena, thank you. Perhaps we should get back to Reyna sooner rather than later.
I do agree.
If we do intend on splitting up, we're going to need a boat.
There is another way in there. There's on the cliffside we can climb down. If we go
Again-
that way, it would be much easier to not be seen. A boat would be very hard to conceal.
Let's see what Serena has for us before we try and
We
plan
already
around
got
it.
what Serena gave us.
Not Serena.
Yeah.
Raina,
Yeah, Reyna.
Okay, I was gonna
Rena,
say
yeah.
what?
well, let's go. I'm sure Voltron here is ready to kick some ass.
Yeah, and Brutus just sort of like looks up, looks at you, cocks his eyebrow at you, like, what did you just call him? Sheaths his sword, this massive beast of a sword, and stands up. Just kind of gestures for you guys to the door. Well, whenever you're ready.
Voltron is a really cool name. I thought you said your name was Bertram. Or no, you said your name
You know,
was.
if you want, I can go back to prayer. I don't mind. You got me all excited, but if need be, I can go enjoy some tea with Delvarian.
Now, friend, we're definitely glad to have you in our presence, and we'll be going soon.
We're just teasing you.
Yeah.
Do I need to take time to attune to this ring, or
No. If you just place it, if you put
I'm
it
gonna
on.
put it on? I'll put it on.
Well, I guess I'll go change into my armor, which will take me. I mean, if I spend time doing that now, it'll take me like 10 minutes, I think.
The boys can probably help you.
Cut it in half, probably. Help you get changed.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Does-
So you guys spend the time helping Reginald get out of these wet clothes and into some new armor. And yeah, are you all heading together to find Reyna?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the armor mechanically just one more AC, or
No, it's mithril armor gives you it. You no longer take disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh. but
Yeah.
I do because I'm exhausted.
But yes, we do. We all.
Would it? But I think it would just null that out, wouldn't it?
Okay, no, so it's just it's. Well, no, I mean because it's
It
the
doesn't
armor
give
that
you
I already
advantage.
have. I have. Chainmail would give me disadvantage. Mithril mail would make me not have disadvantage, and then exhaustion gives me disadvantage again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
still technically at disadvantage.
But it looks a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Still kind of elbows Lady Serena. Balaam's kind of attractive, wouldn't you say?
And she just like shakes her head at you, not like as if to say no, but like in confusion. She's like, I don't see how that's appropriate right now.
Just saying.
Okay, well, best of luck then. I'm sure I'll see you upon your return.
Hopefully we return.
We'll come back.
Yeah, and I think Brutus kind of walks up, Reggie, and he like punches you on the hip. He's like, of course we're gonna come back, mate. This is gonna be fine. Let's go. Let's just be done with it. Too much
That's what
talking
Dwarf
already.
said.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I like you.
And he's kind of smiling. He starts whistling to himself as he like jaunts out of the temple. So you guys find yourselves back through the city streets of Waterdeep to I'm assuming you're going just straight to the barracks.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, as you enter the barracks, like, there's a couple guards outside, and they definitely look nervous. They're, jittering on their feet. And as you enter into the barracks, you see that this place is a hubbub. There's commotion going on. People are moving around. Papers are being brought back and forth. And as you guys are like observing this kind of chaos, you see a stern-looking but energetic Reyna sort of like comes hauling out of the back, and she's carrying these like large rolls. They look like what we might perceive to be like map rolls. And she comes up and she goes and like almost slams them down on the table and then starts unfurling them. She's taken no notice of you yet, and she's got these pins, so she's unrolling them and pinning them to the desk. And she pulls out like a compass and she's trying to do measurements. And like one of the other guards kind of comes up to her and starts like, Lieutenant, excuse me. And we hear her booming voice. She's like, "Can't you see I'm busy?" And he like, they make eye contact and she's glaring at him, and he kind of like very nervously points in your direction. And she turns to look at all of you. And she's quite startled. "Well, I hadn't expected you back so soon. Yes, I guess you're here for what information I found. If you could give me a day or two, I could be much more productive here. And like Valem, she kind of looks at you, and there's a moment where she remembers like, oh, your parents, and you really want to get this done. And
Yeah, I was immediately shaking my head no as soon as she
Yeah.
said a day. This is a matter of time. Time is definitely of the essence.
yeah, she just kind of shrugs and looks dejected. Obviously, she likes planning, but
Mhm.
she says, "Well, I don't have much for you. We were able to find a few entrances to these ancient sewers. We've been trying to dig them out. Unfortunately, years of building have destroyed them. As yet, we've only managed to open one, and it's a tight squeeze. We'd have more progress, but again, with limited time. I don't have infinite resources, but
How far away is it from where you think they are?
And how tight is it?
well, from where they are, I can't rightly say. These maps are," and she kind of like holds this. She like points to it so you guys can kind of see it, and the camera cuts to this map, and it looks like almost how we might perceive like maps of ancient Rome. Like it just looks ancient. The ways in which they were marking halls and supports is a mess. It's extremely hard to decipher. She says, "I I think I can get you close, but again, when you get down there, I don't know what's been broken. The ceilings have probably collapsed. I don't know what's down there. I'm honestly afraid to send any of my men to scope it out. It's." And she kind of looks at you, Elizabeth. She says, "I mean, I hope none of you are claustrophobic."
A little bit.
Mm,
Me too.
I'll be fine.
I've got no worries.
Well, we're digging something. It's not much.
If you had to take a guess, on a scale of me to, and I'm gonna kind of look at everybody. Bertrand's probably the most broad. Not Bertrand. Now you've got me doing it.
Yeah.
Brutus. There we go.
Reggie might
It's
be
probably-
bigger.
Broad-wise,
I'm 6 foot 200 pounds.
I still think Brutus is probably wider than you are.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm. Because they tend to be a bit more hardy as dwarves. I'm not worried so
They're
much about height.
stocky.
Yeah. Like, so on a scale of me to, and I'm just gonna motion at everybody, I guess, or Beth will motion everybody. And how tight are we talking?
She kind of shrugs. She's like, "I've not seen the hole myself. I'm being told that it's tight. I imagine with force enough you could get through." All right, thanks for playing, guys. I'm gonna Good lord, we're talking about a sewer here, people.
I
We're
can make it
talking
bigger
about
if
a
you
tight
need.
hole.
Which of us couldn't fit in the hole?
Well, for that, we're going to need to measure anal circumference, aren't we?
I knew it was gonna happen. Damn it.
So that's a wicked callback right there.
If it is too small, I can make it bigger when we get there.
The
Wow.
wonders
Just
of magic.
use it with lube.
Oh god.
Oh god, it's making my stomach hurt.
She kind of like cocks an
Sorry.
eyebrow at all of you collectively forever, and she will never not look at you that way. Yeah, you get the impression from her that like yes, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but with enough force, you should be able to work your way down. And Brutus doesn't give you the impression like he's not afraid of this. Like he would make a comment about having been in tighter places, but I'm not going to do that.
Well,
Raina, my
That you
biggest
just kinda
concern
did.
my biggest concern isn't so much how difficult it's going to be to get inside. It's again, they're keeping my parents captive and they don't want us to recover them. So my biggest concern is ensuring that they don't just escape through the main entrance or another exit. We sort of discussed our plan as far as personnel. You weren't going to send anyone in directly, but can you at least watch the main entrance to ensure that no one escapes?
And she kind of like gives it a moment's thought. I mean, we could place a couple small boats, but it would have to be away from the cave entrance because if they see us, my suspicion is your whole quest here is going to be blown. So
Of course.
I can see about sending a boat. Do you have any idea what's down there?
The Zentarum are down there.
Yeah, no, I realize that. I mean, those sewers are ancient. I mean, it would be optimistic to believe that the only thing down there were, well, these gangsters. I just hope you're prepared.
Well, we're as prepared as I believe we can be. Again, kind of leading back to our prior conversation, where we are not allowed to kill anyone. Essentially, even when I brought up self-defense, you were pretty much against it. Is it is it in your experience that this in term that these gangsters typically don't try to kill law enforcement? Is that relatively common?
Yeah, and she starts like rubbing her forehead.
Well, my intention isn't to try to allow us to kill. What I'm trying to lead at is, would you be willing to deputize us if that's something that's going to help us?
That's worse. That's so much worse because if I deputize you and you start killing people, that's on me. I need some measure. I need to be able to distance myself. I'm sorry, but I have this is my job. I have rules to follow. Laws.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What you described is we're not allowed to kill, things like that. If that's the experience that, like if you were to send guards down there and they see that they're part of the law, do they typically just surrender? Would they parlay? Would they?
And she just puts her hands up to stop you. She said, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to justify killing. I understand that you're in a tough position here. I do.
No,
that's not what he's saying.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
We are civilians.
What I'm saying is there is nothing that would prevent them from killing me. If we were deputized and they saw us as a figure of law, would they be less inclined to try to kill us as opposed to us needing to kill them?
I don't think that there's. I don't know these people as you do. If they are as you described, I doubt that they're going to care about any sort of authority I might be able to grant you.
Okay. The only other thing that I ask then, as far as supplies, can you give us manacles? If we're not going to be able to kill anyone, we're gonna have to take them captive to make sure they don't get back into a fight.
And
so if we disable them,
yeah, she vigorously begins nodding her head. She said, "That I would be more than happy to do. How many would you like?"
At least 2 each, at least.
How do I not kill with fireball again?
That's not. She's not gonna. If you're even asking that, actually, she's not gonna answer you. She will just as soon pretend as you didn't ask them.
Like how do I not kill with magic?
It's very simple, dear. I'll show you.
And then he kills you.
Yeah, so she basically barks an order at one of these young guards who, the commotion in this place really hasn't stopped. And it's almost like an odd scene because we're seeing all of you with Reyna and you're all just standing stark still, basically having this back and forth as the rest of the precinct here is just chaos almost. She barks an order. A bunch of guards stop to see what she's going to yell about. She says, "Bring me manacles, bring me," and she looks back at your group. She said, "Just 15, just to be safe." And 2 of them just run off down the hall.
Can I do some kind of check again, just as a hunter trapper? Would I know how to tie decent knots at a rope? So if we run out of manacles,
I mean that sounds like.
I don't know if you want me to make a check or if that's just something I can offer up.
Well, let me take a look at your character sheet and see.
I think I went folk hero as far as background, but
Is there something in Folk Hero that would let you do that, or?
no, I just figured as a ranger, I didn't know if that'd be something, or if you wanted me to make some kind of survival check just to see if I can offer that skill.
Yeah,
Alton probably knows how to tie knots.
Yeah, I was thinking
sailor.
that too, but I'm thinking if you want to try to make that check, Elizabeth, I'm thinking survival seems reasonable.
Sleight of hand might work as well.
Yeah. Or not.
Yeah, so it's a 9. Yeah, so right now you're not able to, you don't know that that's something you could necessarily do.
Yeah. Okay.
But a couple minutes pass, and these guards, you hear them coming before you see them, as the manacles they're carrying are rattling around. I mean, it sounds like a shit show. It's extremely loud jangling coming from all the way down the hall. And you see these 2 guards come huffing and puffing. They're obviously exhausted from running these manacles up. They're all different. They're all fairly similar in size. Some of them look obviously older than others. That they don't necessarily have the most brand new of equipment. But yeah, she will absolutely give each of you, if that's your goal to have 2 each, you can do that.
Yeah, we're in a barracks with beds and stuff, right? They sleep here.
I mean, yeah, not in this front room, no, but yes, there's a place where there would be beds, of course.
I'm gonna ask for a bed sheet so I can wrap the manacles around and be like, "Can I have a bed sheet?" That way they don't rattle in my bag.
She just looks at you. You guys make many requests, I hope you realize.
That's him and his oddity. Don't place that on us.
Can I
I
get
know
a
how to
pair of
be
pants
quiet.
and a shirt?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Linda, here. Just throw her mine.
I want to go in there in a dress.
She says to you, Bellion, you really have nothing that you could use to muffle the sound of it? I
Not
mean,
the large.
Well, yes, but I thought you knew that when I was bringing them to you. Now you
I
want
didn't
bed
know they
sheets.
wanted manacles. How does it know they were going to ask for manacles? I'll be perfectly honest. I'm just going to knock them out and leave them there.
She says, if you weren't, I don't. And Valem, she's looking at you, confused. Is this
I
really?
kind of shrug, just as confused as she is.
Just say no. Seriously, it's that easy. Just say no. It's okay. You can tell him no. We all do. Every day. No. See?
All right. Well, look, I'm sorry. I can't offer you bed sheets. I think I've done quite enough, if you'll allow me to say.
Yes, Lieutenant Reyna, you have been helpful. The last thing that we need is just for you to point us in the right direction.
Well, I mean, of course. Please be careful. Again, I don't want to make it seem as though this is all about me, and this is dangerous, and I don't want this coming back on me.
I assure you, no one wants us to be more careful than we do.
All right. Well, good. Okay. Well, here, and she like unfurls a map on the desk, and yeah, she kind of shows you a map of Waterdeep and gives you an idea, like a rough idea about. Well, no, actually, she would give you a very specific idea about where the hole is being dug to the sewers, and she kind of I'll ping on the map here. It's kind of in this general vicinity, kind of where those roads meet.
Wow.
She says, my understanding is that they had to dig under another newer sewer, but they're trying to avoid damage. But again, please be careful. She kind of like, turns to all of you, and there's like obviously some moment between her and Brutus. Brutus kind of gives her a look and just kind of, smiles at her. What are you saying about 2,800 feet?
I measured from where you pointed to where you had the arrow before. But 2,800 feet from where
What arrow
Coast was.
from before?
You had
What?
just that their thing was here.
Okay. Yeah, it's somewhere. Obviously, the sewer's not going to be that big. I did not spend that much time on the
Yeah.
map.
I would travel time for the people, like taking a guess on how long, because we're gonna be stumbling around in the dark in a place we don't know.
Right. So yeah, she kind of gestures.
Half a mile.
There's a moment between her and Brutus. Nothing is said between them. But yeah, there's clearly a moment, and Brutus kind of smiles at her, gives her a nod. He starts to head for the door. I'm assuming you all follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's gonna change first.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So Syl begins changing. She changes her
While
clothes.
we're waiting on her to get changed, I just asked the party if there's anything else anyone needs prior to us going.
I'm pretty well stocked on arrows.
Anything at all.
The longer we wait, the worse this gets.
Reginald, you need any more bolts?
I got 17.
I could use a nap, but that's not gonna happen.
I just happened to notice that I no longer have a crossbow.
Oh yeah, I still have it right here.
It is good. Don't worry. It
I
is
gave
yours.
mine to Celinda's dad.
I remembered.
I have a
Don't worry, I
crossbow.
stole that anyways.
You want my crossbow?
No, I am good. I have a bow. I'm just making sure that Reginald had enough bolts.
I don't want these manacles. I've got plenty of rope. Does anybody want them?
Bag of holding.
Yeah, I'll put them in the bag.
I've got like 200 feet of rope in my bag.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all make the trek out to where you are pointed by Reyna. There you find kind of a small, a small collection of like, they look like soldiers. They're not necessarily wearing their armor, but it's pretty obvious to you upon looking at them that they appear to be, soldiers of some type. And they're covered in dirt and they're, digging, covered in sweat, like they've been clearly working at this. And the hole, like as you're kind of approaching, maybe like 4 feet in diameter, and it seems to drop down into what looks like darkness. It goes somewhere further down that you're unable to see.
That's
But-
a much more gaping hole than I was expecting.
But they've obviously been putting work in, and they kind of look up at you, and they see all of you coming in, like all of your armor and what have you. And one of them just kind of looks up at all of you, and it's like a young woman, probably like in her late teens. So, yeah, are you guys Are you
We
going in
are.
the hole?
What's it like down there?
It stinks. It stinks really, really bad. And it's dark.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Moldy, and it's gross. I don't appreciate your tone, ma'am. I've been down here for hours, and And like there's a moment where we see it looks like she's almost like swallowing vomit, like she's just thinking about the smell. I don't want to be doing this, so if you guys want to go, we'll gladly move out of your way. And she like begins to like crawl, like because she's like maybe halfway in the hole. She's like, we'll get out, guys, come on. And like she begins to like heave herself out of this hole.
What are you using for light?
She says, well, we have natural sunlight. She said, we have, and like as you're saying this, like a couple younger men are kind of like crawling up and out, and one of them has a lantern, but it's pretty obvious looking at it to most of you, if not all of you, that the lantern has been embedded, as the spell light has been cast upon it.
Mm-hmm.
She says, we tried to use flame. I wouldn't recommend it. Some of the gas down there is kind of like what's the word?
Volatile.
Methane.
I don't know what
Flammable.
that.
Volatile.
Explosive.
Yes, that.
Yes.
She said, I don't know how far it goes. It's not wise, but
I have light.
How about
I
this?
have light.
I will trade you not going back
I have
down
a
there
light
for that
necklace.
lantern.
she said, you can have it. Congratulations. And she's like brushing herself off, and there's dirt, and there's mud, and there what is probably feces on her. And she's like
Oh, yeah.
brushing herself off.
I cast prestidigitation on her.
She looks up at you. She's like, a little too late, but thanks, I guess.
I just take the lantern now.
Yeah. And the other guys have like climbed up and out, and they're all just looking like, are you seriously going down there? There's a look of absolute disbelief.
I start crawling in. Just don't even hesitate.
Wait, Bellion, wait! I grab his foot.
What do you want?
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
All
Still
right.
creates a bubble of like nice smell around her with prestidigitation.
So regardless of disadvantage, we still get +10.
That's good.
That'll help. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So Bellion, you're the first who starts to head down with the lantern. It doesn't take very long for the smell to hit you, and it's obvious very quickly that the further down you go, the worse it gets.
Oh, I'm sure.
There is, as you're kind of going down, you feel like you're just like almost sliding down. Not like, this is not the Goonies, but like you're kind of casually sliding a little bit on some of the, where the soil is loose, and you're starting to fall a little bit, but you can see the kind of path they've been trying to dig. And it kind of opens out, and you see that there's like newer, kind of thinner, like sewer lines that they've put in. And this thing drops down, and you see like what looks like it kind of opens up into this. It looks like a large stone pipe. And there's a couple bricks that have looks like they've just been recently broken out of it. And the smell is obviously coming from there.
And that is where we're going. How excellent.
Yes.
I just looked
So
back
just to
up the pipe
clarify,
and waved.
is Bellion, what do you look like? Are you covered in this polish now?
Oh, damn right. And like a little bit of rag pulled up over the mouth because we're not going blackface today.
And what is your goal with this? Just to try to
be darker and blend in. Not be a giant white beacon.
right, but you're also
Like the one you're carrying.
Yeah, the lantern.
Yeah.
But sure, okay. I assume does anyone else do anything before following Bellion into?
Should we cast light?
I'm gonna cast. He's already toting that out. It's not like we're gonna be hiding now, so I'll just cast it on my holy symbol as well.
I'll pull out the necklace of light, and also Beth will adjust her hair and tie it up nice and high. Tight bun for once, as much as she can.
Okay. All right. So give me just a moment here. I'm going to put your tokens on the map. I'm going to put Bellion up front. I don't know if anyone has a preference specifically about where they are. I'm assuming Selenda wants to be closer to the back, but
I'll go
As is best.
second.
Generally,
so
yeah.
I put Bellion on the map. Who am I missing?
I'll hang out somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Alton's in front of Celinda on the way down, so we can look up her. Oh wait, she's not in a skirt anymore.
No, but I'm in really tight pants apparently because Syl's
Yes.
a lot
Curvier than Beth.
Curvier. So
I picture, like,
it
the-
probably is still a really good like view.
Oh god, now all I can think is Syl with a camel toe.
Since no one really took it upon themselves to disseminate the other potions, I'm going to hand my second superior healing potion to Beth. I'm going to give the large vial of healing to Celinda, and then the 2 other potions will go one to Belly and one to Alton.
Oh, thank you. Regular healing potion?
What about the
Yes.
potions of resistance
That we should probably drink, I guess.
now or later?
They last an hour usually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying
Would-
to just double check all of your tokens to make sure. Who is?
Would we be able to estimate how long it would take us to get through this tunnel? Like if we took the potions now, would it expire before we got
You
where we were
have
headed?
no idea how big these tunnels are. Like,
Wonderful.
you just, I mean, you can reasonably assume that they are quite large.
Even with the map we were given?
Yeah, because it was difficult to read, and this map, I mean, this is bigger than, like, these old sewers span the city, right? So I don't know that, and it also is going to depend on how long it takes you to move. Like, I don't want to give you a time and say, like, oh yeah, you know, it'll take you this long, whatever. I can't reasonably.
She also said there might be other things down here that we might have to fight before we even get there.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pass out the potions of poison resistance. So everybody has one. And then also, Beth, you should divvy out the amphetamines we got.
I thought I did that at Solarium.
Oh, did you?
already.
Did we do that at Solarium? Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that you guys, I'm going to move you. Hopefully, I think I prepared everything, but we're going to find out.
I can't
You
see.
guys are all the way up here.
Oh, there we go.
You should be able to see your tokens.
I see nothing. Oh wait, there we go.
Can you shift
Yep.
thing?
You did.
Elizabeth, can you see?
Yep,
Is
I
any-
zoomed all the way
Fury.
out and it was black for a second. It was still loading
Oh,
apparently.
wait, Elizabeth, you don't have a light, right?
I do. I have
Yeah,
the
she
necklace
does.
of light that Vela made for me
Okay.
back in Nightstone, I
So
think.
Valem has light. Elizabeth has light. Reginald, I don't believe that you do.
Nope.
Bellion, you do have light, and I think I gave it to you. I did. It's just
Yeah.
I gave you basically a light spell.
Yeah, 2040 right down. That's what
Did
I
I
figured
did I
was.
do it?
That's what I
reversed?
see. Yes. No, that's what I see.
Oh, good.
got it
okay,
right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you said 2040 on the tokens. It's 4020, but I get it.
Yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I kind of put you guys a little bit randomly. I kind of, Bellion, you're sort of up front. I know Reginald, I'm gonna move you back. But you basically, you are 5 foot here. Your tokens are 5 feet. It is, there are places here that you can, I think even some of you, especially Bellion, you can see from where you are. Some of these tunnels are obviously very tight. But you are able, all of you, to reasonably to move around. I am going to have you do a thing, and I'm sorry about doing this now, but I think it's the best way I can do it. I think we're going to, and it's up to you guys, I'm not going to make you roll initiative, but I need you guys to move one at a time, because if you all start moving, this is going to get fucked.
Bishop works great.
Yeah, so I will, I mean, if you want to roll, you can. I'm not going to, I mean, that's not reasonable.
That's all I just did.
But if you guys want to move in a different order, please let me know.
I am probably just going to stick with Bellion on my movements since I'm going to be using him as a light source.
Okay.
You might be up front because then we could just move first.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like. I came in second after you since I'm frontline guy.
Yes.
so-
Yeah, if we just stay in that structure, if we just move as a unit, then we could just say that that's how
Yeah.
we're moving.
Hey,
Just have
Beltran,
one person.
why don't you come up here with me and Reginald? We can't see the
Brutus?
dock. Oh yes, yes, Brutus, not Voltron.
Who the hell is Beltran?
And Sean, if I can give you an idea,
Sure.
just use our tokens like as a marching order, and just give us one token that, like I said, maybe Reginald can use. So if we're going to be moving as a unit, do you know what I mean?
It'd have to be Bellion's token since he has the light on him.
Okay, yeah.
But we could do that just.
So you all want to have control over it,
Well,
or
Well, that way we're not all moving our tokens and we're seeing stuff we're not supposed to see and stuff like that. If we just move one token,
that'll
that way
mean you guys
it's-
all have to talk out where you're going.
I think we just stick like.
well,
In order. We're good. We're good.
all right, yeah, we'll just
Yeah, it's
Because-
more, I don't even care about rolling initiative. I just want to make it clear, like, because sometimes you guys get chaotic and you all start moving your tokens, and here this
Right.
is, I designed this that's not going to work.
Yeah, we got you.
So yeah, if you guys want to roll initiative or just one at a time, however you want to do this, I'm good with it.
just in marching order. Just
I'd
yeah,
be good.
Billion and Reginald, they'll go first, and then we'll just kind of follow from there.
I'd be good.
Okay, all right. So yeah, and I mean it's reasonable because Bellion, you're the first down here, and as Reginald has
Yeah.
already established, he can't see without you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the stone down here is crumbling. The smell is wild. Like it's real bad. It smells like gas and feces, and it's not great. And so, did I really close that? Of course I did. There is the water. Like you can see the green here. Wow. So you got a yeah. Well, it's still a crit fail. So
I'm gonna use luck.
okay. So you'll have to re-roll that. And
Oh, right.
let's see.
Nice.
That's a 22.
Oh.
I'll take.
Oh, fuck.
17 to 17.
Still really worried about Alton looking at her ass right now, I guess.
I rolled a 1 and a 20 on my
Why?
first stealth check.
Okay. So yeah, you know what I'm gonna do?
You're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to keep track, but that's okay. So I think that let me pull my ruler out. I think that Bellion, as you're the first down here, you're carrying this lantern out in front of you, and you know the light spell is pulsing out from you, and just at the very almost the edge of what you can see with the light. As soon as your light kind of spreads out directly south of you, or directly in front of you, as it were, you very just at the edge of your vision, you start to see something. It looks like it's on the ceiling that like starts to move away from you on the ceiling. It's pretty obvious to you that it's trying to move away from the light.
Wonderful.
I just look back to everyone and go, make sure you look above your head as well. There's something down here. And also, Brutus, you might want to come up ahead because you can see better than we can.
I
And,
can see just fine.
Yeah, he. Oh, okay. Make sure you guys tell me when you take those potions of poison. By the way, but
Why?
it'll be relevant later. So
Now I don't want to.
So yeah, Bellion, you see this thing. Brutus says to you, Bellion, hey, I can come out front if you'd like, if you're afraid. I don't mind leading the party, but I thought I'd lead up the back in case, something comes up from behind us. It's been my experience that this is not an unreasonable thing to think about, but
You make a good point. Stay with the ladies. I know what you're after. I like it.
yeah, and he looks up at you, Elizabeth, and gives you this sort of like obviously I don't want that from you look. Like he's being very like sincere with you.
Yeah, and Beth just kind of laughs because again they've kind of got a rapport, and she's comfortable enough to know that he's not after that.
It was obviously a
It's not
joke.
lecherous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He don't want that ass. So okay, Bellion. So you see this thing start to move away from you on the ceiling. What? You're first. You and Reginald.
I'm
I'm gonna
move
pull
up
my
to
sword and shield out too.
I pull out the sword, but not the shield. Obviously, I want to move forward to the corner that I see up here,
Mhm.
and kind of watch it and look around the corners as well. Like the hell's down there.
Can you make Bellion's light global illumination, or all players see light? I mean,
Oh, you can't see my light?
no, I thought I could, but I was seeing Beth's.
Oh yeah.
I can see. Wait, hang on. Before everyone moves, I can see.
You have to put it so all players see my light.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going off someone else's, which you had set up. From a
Oh,
different
I see.
map.
I gotcha.
Yeah, there we go. Now I can see everything he
There
sees.
we go.
Or not everything. I can see everything I see with his light.
I just
Mhm.
We got status to the right, and there's looks like a pool
Yeah.
to the
So
left.
into the right of you, as your light kind of moves into that room, you can hear and you begin to see something quite large is moving through the water. It appears to be splashing. It seems like it's reacting to your light or reacting to something about you.
Get out of the water. Just immediately tell everyone, get out of the water. There's something in it. Don't know what it is. Is it big?
I think you would either have to give me some sort of perception check or
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah, but I think perception is
Nah.
fair.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and especially because you moved back away from it, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw something moving in the water. It looked fairly large.
Okay.
It's bigger than you for sure.
Oh. Let's avoid
Can I
it.
see what
What do
it
you
is?
think, Reginald?
Yeah, let's stay on land as best we can.
Okay. Do you want to go
Someone
up the stairs?
keep their eye. Yeah, Celinda, keep your eye on the water.
Do I see anything interesting with the 20?
Can you see the pool?
You can't see what he was looking at.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think we
I thought he
move up.
pointed
He
shit
saw
out.
motion down here.
Yeah, no, it's to my left.
Yeah,
Like you.
it's down here.
would have to
It's in
come
a
up
place
here
you
to
can't
it,
see.
Yeah. I looked around the corner. I want to go move
But
up.
yeah,
and-
I'm gonna tell Celinda to keep her eyes on the water.
Guess we're moving up
She's
and
got good eyes.
going up the stairs, Reginald. Reginald, stairs up. Yes.
Yeah. Quick question: this map is this actually south, like going straight down, or is that just south in terms of map, like easily describing the map?
I think this is just a wonderful coincidence, but I think it is in fact south.
Okay. Well,
Like in
yeah.
cardinal
let's-
directions. Yes, this would be south.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, let's head up the stairs.
All right. I'll just walk up the stairs, kind of going a little bit slowly, watching the steps themselves, make sure there's nothing awkward and weird about them.
hmm
Just go on
They're
up
they're
into the-
crumbling underneath your feet. Obviously, these stairs are extremely dilapidated and old, under disrepair. Obviously, no one's taking care of them down here.
Perfect.
But yeah,
That's kind of what I was hoping for. And then up in this little room, and back up, Reginald. It's at the dead end.
Dead end.
Looks
yeah,
like
and I
it's-
think up there you kind of see what looks like refuse, maybe some fecal matter, some trash, just like a little pile of it.
there's something living down here. Be careful. Let's
Now, is
back
this? Sorry, is this barrier actually here?
Those were old barriers. They are all like broken down from the various substances down here that dissolve wood.
Yes.
So we could move through them, like they're
Yes, they
There's-
don't like you can
they're
step
partially
over them.
there, but we could step over or under whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Selenda, give me another perception check.
Yes, sir.
21.
Even
Yeah,
better.
you start to see something large and kind of this grayish brown color that begins to like splash through the water. I don't think any of you are emanating light in there. But yeah, something kind of pops to the surface and you can see it's kind of splashing around. It looks like it might have tentacles.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
You
Or
don't need
sure.
to. You can give me I want to say a history
Oh
check.
God, I know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, Celenda's seen one of these.
We've
before.
seen these before. It's Good Hog. I shall whisper that. It's the thing we saw at Good Hog.
What the hell is a Gridhog?
I didn't with him. What is a good hug?
I have no idea what you people are talking about.
Yeah, Celenda,
No,
you
I-
remember seeing one. You remember it was
I probably
nasty
can't remember
and
what its name is. Yeah.
yeah, it smells like garbage and probably eats garbage too, and it's not a friendly creature.
Let's just
Should
move on and not
avoid it.
bother it. Yes. And I'll waiting for people to get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm assuming I can move through people's spaces actually, so shouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem.
Good job.
We can
You're
move
smart.
through each other's spaces. We just can't move.
I really can move through. I can walk between your legs.
Don't you dare. Actually, Celinda's pretty short. You might be a tight fit.
So
You can
as
only hope.
as you guys are moving and having this conversation, it seems to be like attracting this creature. Like it's obviously
Mhm.
it can hear you or it can sense your presence. Like it's getting excited.
No.
I just waved the lantern a little bit. I didn't seem to like the light much, so kind of go.
I don't think
wave
that
at
was
that end
the
of the
same
door.
creature.
Do we
Um,
all see it at this point, or
I
have
mean,
they?
only
pointed it out?
if someone's putting
Sil
light
has
in there.
pointed it out.
I am.
Yeah, if there's light going in, then yeah, you guys should all be able to see it, right? Yeah.
That's this one over here.
Yeah, and it's obviously like it's acknowledging your presence, like it knows you're there.
It's a Grimer. I need one for my collection.
Oh dear God. Let us keep moving. Hurry up. Quickly.
I tell it to go away telepathically.
And when you do that, it basically it starts splashing around violently.
Oh no.
And it's
Angered it.
yeah, it didn't like that. Not one bit. So I think it sort of splashes itself to the edge over here. And
I will leave it alone.
it's kind of at the edge of this what looks like a pool to you. And it's splashing and its tentacles are waving around in the air. Yeah, it's not real pleased about that.
Does it look like it can get out? I mean, I thought that was a bridge like thing. Like, could it fit?
It's
that?
with a little bit of effort, it might be able to get out, but yeah, it would take a little bit of effort to get out. But yeah, you do see like its tentacles look longer than its mouth, so that's something to consider. But yeah, it's not stuck, but yeah, it's just kind of hanging out there waiting.
I suggest we move with haste.
I'm
Let
going.
us go.
Beth moved back to the top of the stairs, and she's gonna kind of crouch and kind of wave everybody on. Just kind of keep an eye on it if she can.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know if you want me to make like a stealth check to hide kind of up here. I'll like cover my light as everybody passes, but
So you're just what? Sorry, what are you doing again?
so I moved up the stairs, past everybody, and I'm motioning them to kind of continue south. But she just kind of crouched to keep an eye on this thing from kind of a vantage point, I guess, while everybody else moves under her.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a stealth check, for example, if you wanted, so that when your friends pass, it doesn't realize you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Sure.
And again, I'm gonna tuck the light necklace back in my shirt because I can see everybody else's light as they pass.
Yeah, stealth check with disadvantage plus your pass without trace. So that's a fail. Okay. So yeah.
Falls back out of my shirt.
So the rest of you, I'm assuming, continue on while Elizabeth
Yes.
tries to crouch unsuccessfully.
Waiting for people to move. Yeah.
This is a dead end, so
Well, is this wall, not walkway?
Yes, that's a wall.
Okay.
What
So
do you
we'll-
all
want?
right. So we're in the water regardless.
Yeah, well, we're gonna
Yeah.
have to go through.
Seems that way.
I don't go first if you want. That's not a problem.
I'll let somebody else go first, so I have an idea of how deep this water is.
I step right in front of him then.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe no more than like a foot. I mean, it's
Oh,
gross.
good.
It's more gross than it is like a risk of falling in and drowning necessarily, unless you fell in face first, and someone was like holding you down. I don't know.
Well, I'm small, so I actually have to check.
This is almost as bad as it was his stomach. I do not want to be
Why?
here.
There we go. Okay, so are you guys continuing to move then?
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks like a dead end and to the right. Let's keep going. Ooh, we're back on land. I like it.
Okay. As you're kind of moving there, oops. Sorry, my Roll20 is kind of lagging a bit. This map is quite large. Yeah, as you're kind of moving, Belly, and as you get down there, actually, before you stop moving, please, Bellion, why don't you make me a perception check?
Okay. Nope.
Nope. Cool. So you guys just keep following. Bellion doesn't stop. Elizabeth, I assume you're going to follow Brutus then?
Yeah, I couldn't see where everybody was moving, so I just wanted to wait till I saw Brutus move ahead before I had Beth follow.
Okay. So, Bellion, you're moving along. You make this perception check. You don't hear anything. You're like, why are you distracted here? Like, what's preventing you from hearing
I'm
whatever?
thinking, why am I here not nice and safely home in a nice warm bed? What the fuck am I doing? Trudging through shit.
Yeah. So because Bellion botched that and you guys just followed, as you guys are right about here, I think you guys very suddenly hear like this like sharp sound to the left of you, which would be west. And given your relative positions, I think that, let's see, yeah, because it's got. It is going to snap out, and I think Selenda, since you're right there, it's going to snap out at you. Yeah, that definitely hits you. So from what would be your right as you're heading south, you feel something snap out and like slam into you. It is gross and sticky. You take 9 bludgeoning damage, plus 15 acid damage.
Ugh.
And as you guys see and you hear this thing snap out at her, this creature comes into focus. Yeah, so it snaps out at you and slams into you, Selenda. I think that's initiative. I'm going to clear this.
You said 9 bludgeoning, right?
Yes. Let me clear that.
Clear
Sorry,
me.
Bellion,
Hey.
we'll use that roll.
Yeah,
I just-
it's fine, man. I don't mind. It's not like I can do much worse. There. 20 instead. Oh my.
Okay. Oh yeah, so how about that? Okay. So Bellion, you I'm assuming you have a higher initiative than Reginald.
I have a +6, so probably.
Yeah. So Bellion, you kind of hear this thing snap out behind you. And you probably hear it like slam up against Selenda. I don't know if Selenda, I'm guessing you kind of gasp and like reel from it. So you turn around and you kind of
Probably.
see these like weird black ooze like tentacles like retracting back into this like, you know, this little space.
Do they look really big?
It looks large, yes.
I immediately just essentially jump in the water and try to grab her and pull her away.
Okay.
Like, get away from the
Hurt a
hole.
lot. That really hurt a lot.
And I literally just try to grab Selenda and yank her pretty much into the water and pulling her down to where I was before. with one
It's
hand.
a
Can I move her?
I mean, as long as she's not fighting you, which I assume she's not.
probably not. I mean, she's already in the water.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, you can pull her back like half of your movement, so 15 feet.
Yeah. So I just pull her back down 2 more squares as well. Get away from the entrance.
Can I see this other guy down here? Make a perception check.
Yeah, you would need a perception check.
I mean, I can see him. Technically.
Yeah, but give me a perception check anyway. Because you guys moved, you keep moving your tokens, even though I asked you not to.
I
So
did
so
not.
yeah, like you see this thing, Selenda, at the like as he's pulling you back, like you barely see it, and then the thing like it just sort of scampers off. It just looks like a rat. But you look up, it kind of sees you and scampers off.
Okay, she'll whisper to everybody. There's something that way as well.
By the way, Selenda, that is the thing you can kill. Kill it now. Or we can just go walk by it, because I don't know if I can get out.
Hurt.
I know it did. So I got you out.
Okay, so you guys are having this argument in the sewers. Reginald, you see all this happen. Do you want to do anything?
Wasn't an argument. The turn order needs shuffling.
I think I'm just gonna ready an action. To try and attack it if this thing, whatever it is, comes out and I can see it. But I can't really see or move right now, so.
Okay, cool. Selenda. After getting
Can I
ripped away.
just barely see the edge of this token?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Like there's a bit of ooze that's sort of like curling around the corner, like as it retracts away from you.
So I just walk right back to where I was standing. Sorry, Bellion.
Okay, what do you
You
do?
don't need to fight it.
I am gonna firebolt it. Oh, that.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, what
13.
is happening here? Okay, so yeah, 13 hits, yeah.
Oh, good. Our fucking.
Exhaustions don't put attacks at disadvantage, right? Just skill checks.
No, I just forgot to
Just
take it
ability
off.
checks.
Oh,
Right.
But still, I
Yeah,
got
she still got
fucking
a
2
13.
ones. I got 2 fucking ones.
Do you want to re-roll anything? That's something you can do.
No,
Okay.
no, not on a fucking cantrip. I'm just like, no. And I'll move back with Bellion. In fact, I'll move back here.
Okay, sure. Elizabeth.
all right. Move around the corner here. Oh my god.
Yeah. One of my
I-
favorite monsters.
There's a gap there, so I can shoot in there. Yeah, I've got
Yes.
sharpshooter, so I ignore cover.
Yeah, you can.
And I saw
shoot it.
Celinda shoot fire in there, so
Can I do an Arcana check on that to see if I know anything about it?
I don't think it's. I don't know if it would be Arcana or a history check.
I mean, I have the same in both of them. I'm proficient in both, and I have the same bonus. so
Okay. I mean, if
doesn't
you want to roll
really
history,
matter.
Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I'm gonna Hunter's Market
Okay.
and take 2 shots.
Okay. Oops. Those both definitely hit. How much damage total?
15, 31.
31.
Go Beth.
That's what it looks like.
Nice. Okay.
With Hunter's Mark on each hip.
Okay. So it takes 31 damage. It did not like that, not even a little bit. You can see as it's kind of oozing around with these arrows now like sticking in, and the arrows seem like it's the body of it is like swallowing your arrows, and they're dissolving as they get sucked in there. So you
That's
can't,
not good.
yeah, you can't retrieve those at all. Yeah. Anything else your turn?
Yeah, actually, because I'm gonna move back around the corner,
Okay, sure.
so it doesn't try and eat me.
Okay, Valem, standing pretty close to it.
Very low on spell slots to begin with. Just gonna use a cantrip on it. Sacred Flame.
That hits. So it takes 12.
Well, it has to make a saving throw.
oh,
it's not a-
oh,
Not an attack roll.
oh, deck save of 16.
DC 16.
It's pretty good though. Yeah, it failed. Definitely failed. 12 damage.
Radiant.
Did more damage than me.
Okay. Alton, Valem, if you want to move or anything, you can.
I'm gonna hold my ground.
Okay. Alton.
I'm going to take a step over here and go, what the hell is everybody? Oh my god! There can be only one tentacle monster, and it is not you.
I mean, technically, we saw another tentacle monster today too. So
Do you just get 2 rays or 3?
I think 2?
Okay. So both of those
Hold
definitely
on,
slam
checking.
into it. Yeah, it definitely it's not thrilled about that. Like it's not thrilled at all. You see, like it almost looks as if it can't hold its body together at this point. But now it is its turn. And
I'm moving back out of the way.
okay. Valem, since you're right there, it's going to try to attack you.
Great.
Yeah. God damn it! Here goes Sean's shit rolls. And it only gets 1 attack, huh? Yeah. So it definitely misses you. You're easily able, like it's almost like frantic at this point. So it just lashes a tentacle out, and you're easily able to just dodge out of the way. Now it is Brutus's turn. Brutus is just kind of watching you guys, like he's kind of observing your combat. And he looks at you, Valem, and he just kind of like gives you a quick nod. He's like, "Not bad, mate, not bad." And he's gonna, yeah. Because he does carry a greatsword. He did bring with him another weapon because he is proficient in more than just a greatsword. He has a hammer that he is going to use on. No, I've done so much work with the greatsword. We're going to use that.
oh god, really?
And
that
it's gone.
it absolutely hit. Because of course it did. So does it take any damage from that?
Pretty sure it's immune to slashing.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is too.
Yeah, it's immune to slashing. I really like jellies, okay, guys? Fucking jellies are like one of my favorite monsters. And I just
Yeah,
read a
so he
jelly
like
tempo.
slashes at it all excited, and the thing actually like splits into two. Only one of them has a hunter's mark because that would be kind of weird, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah,
I love you for putting jellies in here, by the way.
that's its turn. Belly, and we're back to you.
Well, someone else at there is at it. Might as well try. I want to just put the lantern down, and pull out the bow, and go back and start shooting.
Okay.
I want to shoot the one that I can see better.
Okay.
There.
That hits. Both hit.
So 18 points of damage, and they'll
Okay. So both of those
Move
stick
a
in.
piece
Your
of
arrows
stick.
immediately start to dissolve. The thing looks like it bounces a little as if like it's going to melt, but then it seems to hold its form.
and that's it.
Reggie.
I guess seeing that everybody's taking shots at it, I'll pull out my crossbow, step into here,
Okay.
and take a shot with my crossbow.
I'm assuming you're shooting at the one in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. That hits. So yeah, your arrow kind of like, I think you guys can hear what happens as one of the arrows like hits the thing, and it barely slows down, and we hear the clink of the arrow on the other side, and it looks like it's dissolving as it hits the wall. But the ooze seems to kind of like melt down into the floor, and it is no longer moving. Selenda.
I'm going to walk back to where I was. I'm going to tell Bellion to. I might need some more of those bolts after all.
Don't worry, I got you covered.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit him. With what am I gonna try and hit him with? Another, I guess. I'm gonna assume a 26 hits.
I think the thing kind of has cover from you around that little corner.
Does it? Well, I can just get closer. Right? Oh, fuck. Would be. Okay, yeah, I have enough movement here. Does it still have cover?
No, not if you move there, no. It takes 11 damage. Okay, anything else?
I'm gonna move back.
Yeah, it's going to attack you. I don't know, does it get reactions?
All monsters do,
All
yes.
monsters do.
I feel like it should. What's your
It's
A? God damn
Split
it.
is a reaction, I think. Just I don't know if it.
Well, it doesn't matter regardless because Sean can't roll for shit. Go figure. Elizabeth.
Same thing.
So he says as he almost bloodied me on the first hit.
Oh, you only took like 20 damage.
Is
Took
that an
more like 25.
outcropping of the wall?
Yes.
So I mean, I can see the thing like with my light, but I couldn't shoot it, could I? I mean, I've got sharpshooter again, and ignoring the 3/4.
yeah,
just don't know.
I think because you ignore cover like that, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just same thing. It's got my hunter's mark, so
Okay. Yeah, so you actually kill it on your first shot, so I'm not going to make you lose 2
Okay.
arrows because that would be a dick move.
thank you.
But yeah, your first arrow dissolves as it's like slamming through this other slime thing, and we hear the clink of the arrow on the wall. And there's just like a big. Now this room is covered with like this black viscous sludge on the ground. But yeah, and all of your arrows are just dissolving. Like we see like almost a little bit of smoke rising up from the arrows from the acidic nature of the ooze.
And Beth's gonna turn to Brutus and I've heard of gators in the big city sewers. What the hell was that?
Yeah, and he just looks at you like smiles. Sir, I don't know. I mean, I've seen my fair share of puddings. It's surprising they're in the
That
sewers,
was
but-
not pudding.
Beth has the same reaction. That was not pudding.
And he kind of looks at you and he like puts his fist on his hip. He's like, it's a good joke. I like you. He said, it's not bad for a first encounter. What you say?
That hits pretty hard. I hope we don't come across any others.
It's a nice warm up.
Yeah, I go up to Celinda, and for my healer's kit, I kind of rub a salve on her.
Thanks,
Okay,
Balaam.
so
Sure
Balaam
you
comes up
do.
and rubs Celinda.
With a salve.
See, you don't get to complain about us when you pull stuff like that.
I
Sean.
get to make these jokes. That's DM purview. It's DM caveat.
You guys think of the cylinder real quick. Let's look at it in the corner, Reginald. What do you say?
Yeah,
Alright.
there was something down there.
You mentioned
I ran
as
away,
much.
but
We'll
Let's
push
see.
it
forward.
looked like a rat.
Let's look at it in the
It
corner.
looked like a big rat. Or
Yeah.
did it look like a rat man?
Well, I mean, it was hard for you to see as the thing was moving around. As moving away, but it looked like a very large rat, and it did kind of look like it was on 2 feet.
Yeah, it looked like a bipedal rat.
I'm not worried about that.
Was it friendly?
It ran away when I saw it, so I don't know.
Well, we got stairs. We're going up. Oh, hello.
Yeah, and like the thing sees you, and it begins to like, like it's shrieking really loud, and it's pulling out a weapon. So that's going to be initiative.
God.
You want to just keep
Please
the
don't
same
be a
initiative?
weird rat.
No, we're going to redo initiative, and I should have warned you. I warned some of you this was going to be a slog, so be prepared.
God damn it.
You don't even
So
know
excited.
it's
I thought that was
coming.
me.
Like for a change, Sean's trying to kill his players, so congratulations.
It's okay,
Thanks.
Jason and I have already planned our next characters.
Fuck. There we go.
We should have just come in from the cave.
We really should have. That was I wanted to go down monkey style from the cliffs, but no.
Okay,
I thought
so
initiative was an ability check.
it is. I don't care that much. So Elizabeth, you hear something, and you hear Bellion, like he pulls out his rapier, but you're first to act.
Can I see this thing? No. Yes,
I can
actually.
barely
I
see
can
it.
barely see it, actually, right there.
See what?
I see a rat man with a sword.
I'm looking at your token, and I can't see it on your token, and I can actually see it.
I can. He's facing south. His tail curls around to this side.
All right, yeah, sure.
Can't tell color. Maybe brown or gray.
I
but
did, Bellion, and I still can't see it. I can't believe she can, but if she's
Really?
describing it, then she can see it.
Yeah,
I'm zoomed in a ton.
Yeah, maybe it's just the lighting here in my room. I don't know, but that's fine. She
I see
described it, so she
two.
can see it.
I'm going to move my hunter's mark to it and take 2 shots.
Do. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just. Okay.
Does the first one hit?
Yes, it does. So how much damage? 23 plus
23 plus 9.
27 plus 5 is 32. Does that sound right?
20. Yeah.
Okay. So you let out these 2 arrows. They just disappear almost into the darkness. You do hear them hit kind of some fleshy thing. And you hear like a screeching sound as your arrows hit. Bellion.
That is not the one that I saw.
Well, you're also close. You're further up than she is.
Yeah. I go,
Oh, shit.
I look at it and go, oh my god, there's another one! And I run up the stairs and I'm, oh god. And I go here and I start attacking with the
Okay.
rapier.
Sure. Roll it up.
20 and 21.
I watch Bellion disappear and curse.
18.
Oh, fuck. No.
That's
Crap.
12.
Crap.
What?
Shit. Sorry, guys. These fucking tokens. As soon as I changed that first one, they're all linked, so it changed the second one.
Oh,
funny.
don't you just love that?
Fuck. Why did that happen?
They all represent the same character.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to... Shit.
You do it
Go to the
with-
bathroom for that.
What is the easiest way for me to fix this?
Just
Paper.
make them on.
Write it on
yeah,
paper.
Just
All right, guys, give me a second. I need to find something to write with. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, if you link
Just
them
prick
to
your
an
finger,
actual
write
sheet,
with blood. It's all
annoying.
good. Hi, baby. What do you want? Huh? Little fuzzy fuck.
What they intend on you doing is using the red for their HP, green for their AC, and blue for their speed, and leaving it that way.
I usually
that's
just
it.
make one
You don't
token
actually
and then I
love that.
just
It's
copy and
annoying.
paste it. Because
Yeah,
I can't.
that
be
also
fucking
works.
ass. I mean, he
It's
could do that.
annoying.
He could just delete the others and copy and paste the first one.
Yeah, it's annoying, but Oh, by the way, yeah. Oh no,
I didn't realize that wasn't the one you saw.
no, that is not the one I saw. The one I saw is the one I attacked.
I can't see you now.
I know. Oh my.
How the fuck many are
I will
there
say,
out there?
oh my god, there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh god, I hope
Well-
they're not.
Don't worry, Celinda. You just can't kill the humans. Not the humanoids.
Yeah, but we're not gonna have these spell slots by the time we get to the real fight. Then we're gonna
Yeah.
be fucked.
That's why I'm
So
pulling
we're
out the
gonna have
rapier.
to fucking kill all of these with our fucking
What are
Cantrips.
spell slots?
cantrips.
The things you used to already.
Yeah, you've used 2 of your spell slots so far. Good luck. We
Actually,
get
the
to
hunter's mark
actual
only counts for
fight.
1.
Yeah, the hunter's mark's still going. I just
Pass
moved
that.
it.
Concentration, unfortunately.
Oh shit! So then I lost it with
Yeah.
hunter's mark. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Oh well.
Okay, I'm back.
Not
Sorry.
that we had any advantage anyway.
Yeah, we're so fucked.
God, this is gonna suck. Hang on.
It's okay because those are like my only 2 useful spells, and I won't bother with the pass again. So unless I have to heal somebody.
God.
I just healed him
No.
from afar.
Right now, gaseous form would be really nice. Or
Well, I'm
window-
keeping track of who I'm using my healer's kit on, because again, I can only use that on each of you once per short rest. So Linda, you use yours.
Yeah, thank you. That really hurt.
I have this feeling you're about to just see
Fucking
this
headaches.
fucking mob of rat men jumping me.
Okay, sorry guys. But we're back. We're good. Okay, so Bellion, if you want to roll that up. Oh, you already did. I see.
Yeah. It was 18 damage total, so 6 and 12.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you swipe at him twice. A bunch of blood splatters against the wall. He starts shrieking, and you're starting to hear some other, like, from both sides of you now. There's just, like, a bunch of sounds, shrieking and, like, pulling of steel. Do you have anything else your turn?
No, I am moving. I am here. I'm ready to fight.
Okay, Reggie. And Celenda, I'm sorry, does Reggie hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was muted. My bad.
Okay. Celenda, what's your dex mod?
Shit. What is my dex mod? 2.
And Alton?
4.
You have +4 to dex?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Damn, sorry.
Okay, so sorry, Reggie, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna compute. This is a bridge, right? This
Yes,
thing.
yes.
So okay, I'm gonna go stand on the bridge and I'm gonna shoot the one that best shot
Sure.
with crossbow.
18 hits. Okay. So your arrow sticks right in his chest, and he's like looking at it and looking at you, quite surprised, but he's still on his feet.
All right, and then I'll put the crossbow away and take up my sword and shield as rest of my bonus action.
Okay. Brutus's turn. So Brutus is going to run up here. Oh, he can't move that far, huh? He can only get there. So he's going to run up. He's got his greatsword at the ready. He's kind of looking around, and I think he just sort of casually says to you, Reginald and Bellion, who's within earshot, what's going on here? Let's get going. He said, what are we fighting? And he's like, obviously,
Handful of ratmen.
he's like, oh, I fucking hate those bastards. And he's got his like greatsword ready to go, so he prepares an action, but he doesn't, he can't get anywhere to do anything. Valem.
I'm gonna move forward to try to see some of this stuff. All right. So when I make this corner, I can see this guy down here. Assuming he's still alive.
He is barely. Like he looks obviously quite hurt, but yes, he is alive.
And I'm gonna hit him with Sacred Flame.
Okay, DC 16 Dex save, which he fails. So you see him just his body explodes into flames, and like we see. I'm guessing your flame is blue, but it doesn't have to be. But we see as your flame sort of explodes from its body, and it just crumbles down into the water, and there's like this weird viscous smoke now that's like billowing from the water, that's coming up from its corpse, and the body is just like laying there in this disgusting water. But he is obviously dead. Do you have anything else you want to do?
Just the rest of my movement. I'm gonna move across here, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, Alton.
I hear the fighting. I don't see what's going on, so I move up, and I still don't see what's going on. What's going on?
There's more of them.
I see
Whoa,
two
whoa,
of them
oh,
from
there we
where
go.
I'm at.
All right, now I can see one. So Eldritch Blasts.
Sorry, which one are you shooting at?
Closest.
Okay. 27-20, those both hit. So you do 18 damage. So both of those slam into him. His body is racked, but he is still standing. He's like really it looks like he's like trying to hold on to, his feet. But he's still in it. Do you want to do anything else?
I will back up a step so other people can get in.
Okay. Selenda, your turn.
Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so Ratman.
Yeah, you can see a couple.
I can see quite a few. I guess I'll hit the one that Bellion is attacking. Actually, I'll use Twin Spell to hit him and the other one back here as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna burn
Sorcery point.
Sorcery Point and Firebolt the first guy and Firebolt the second.
Okay. 14 hits, 23 hits.
Okay.
So the first one does 2.
And the second one does 11.
Okay, so the one down below does 11 damage.
Yes.
Okay, so that one, your fireball slams into it. Its body like slams up against the wall behind it and crumples to the ground. Just a little bit of fire burning off of his gross fur. Now it is their turn. So yeah, they're all going to act. So this one comes there, next to him, behind him.
Jeez.
This one's going to run this way.
There's a lot more.
This
My
way.
God.
Go down
My
easy.
goodness.
I know. I knew.
This one is going to run here. Yeah, so great.
They're behind us too.
Yeah, so that one was stupid. Where does he go? You know what? He's going to go here with his buddy because he can get just about there. So, cool. All right, so the two on the right, Reginald, I think they're just, they have hand crossbows. Actually, can he get to you, Reggie?
There was one over there that could have gotten to me right away.
Yeah, I think so. I think he runs right at you. And the other one uses that opportunity just to come a little bit forward to give himself a little more space. And so the one closest to you, and it's the only one within melee range of any of you, is going to attempt to bite you, Reggie.
All right.
Sorry, I was just double checking. I thought they had pack tactics, but that's okay. He's going to try to bite you. He fails miserably. Pissed off, he swings his sword at you. which also misses because this is how the whole fucking adventure is going to go, and I give up. Do you guys just want to skip to the end here now?
I'm going to use a superiority die to do riposte on his second when he misses with the sword.
Okay, what does that do? Just damage?
Wait, do I have riposte? I think so. Yeah, it lets me just make an attack. I have to make sure. Yeah, I have it.
Reaction.
Use my reaction to make an attack and add a superiority die to the damage.
Okay, yeah, sure. Make an attack. So no.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's biting at you and slashing at you, and you're trying to riposte, but he's small and quick.
Mm-hmm.
So you're unfortunately unable to hit him. The one behind him kind of sees this. And he is going to shoot. He's going to shoot at you, Selenda, I think.
Okay.
If I could roll. Doesn't hit. I'm serious. If you guys just want to skip to the end, I'm good with it. So the one's on the left, and there's 4 of them.
Do we still get the experience?
You don't. Well, you're not getting experience regardless.
Yeah, it's no experience points.
Yeah, 2 of them again, Reggie, because you're kind of up front and on that bridge.
Yeah.
So they're going to shoot at you. Your AC is 18, so both of them fail. One of them, I think, is going to jump down next to this other one. And obviously, the one who is still alive by you, Bellion, is going to bite you. What's your AC?
17. No
Yeah.
shield.
He hits you. So you take 4 piercing damage, and you need to make a con save,
All right.
which I'm sure you're going to succeed, but that's okay.
No.
You actually fail, which is great.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you feel him bite into you. You feel his teeth, and they sink deep. And it kind of like reels back and looks at you, and it's got some of your blood on its mouth. It is obviously quite excited by this.
Son of a bitch.
And there's almost like a little cheer, I think. And
One
like
of us.
yeah, like the thing's pretty excited, and then it reels back. I
derailed your train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, I'm thinking. So I'll let you guys make a ruling on this. These things get multi-attack. They get 2 attacks, only one of which can be a bite. Does that mean the other one can be a hand crossbow? I feel like it can't.
It would be a disadvantage if it bit at me, but yeah.
Well, if it was
probably
shooting,
use a
if it
short
was
sword.
shooting at you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think
it'd be disadvantage on anybody that it
If
shoots.
it's something within 5 feet.
Because Bellion can like just put his
I mean,
arms out in front of his face, and say you can't hit it.
I'm fine with that. That's not what I'm asking. I'm
Yeah,
saying like, can it bite
Not
and
mess
shoot?
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
of course.
sure, okay. Because the thing is, I think it doesn't want to shoot you, Bellion, because you as a player know that it now thinks you're one of them. So
Yeah.
it's going to shoot at Reggie with disadvantage, which is fine. So it definitely fails. The one behind it can't get close enough to you, Bellion, to try to bite you, even though that's kind of redundant. So it's going to shoot at you. Misses. There's 2 more, and they're just going to shoot. I think one of them is going to shoot at Selenda and the other one at Brutus. So Selenda, what's your AC?
15.
It hits. You take 5 piercing damage.
Does it hit above a 20?
No.
So shield.
I think in the future you need to tell me your shielding before I tell you what hits.
Shield is 20. It's plus 5.
Okay, but just
I
tell
mean,
me.
I need to know what the number is in order to know whether I can shield or not. So, because there's no point in me shielding if it's like a 21.
Okay, that feels a little metagamey, but whatever. I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
It's actually how shield works. Like
That-
you have to
yeah.
know the number.
Anyway, so the second one shoots at Brutus, and it does in fact hit him, and he takes 8 piercing damage. Okay, we're back to Elizabeth, top of the order.
Does Brutus was holding his action? Can
Yeah.
he hit that rat that attacked me on the bridge, or is it out of his reach?
I think it's on top of the bridge
Okay.
because
I
you're
just
standing on
was-
top of the bridge. so
Yeah,
it's too
yeah. I was on the bridge. I just didn't know if he would be able to reach it with his greatsword.
That's a good
so
question,
If he did,
though, but no, I don't think so.
Okay.
So Elizabeth.
Moving my hunter's mark to this target.
Okay.
And I'm going to take some sharpshooter shots.
Okay. So
nice.
15 hits, so you take 21, 27, So what is that? 48. Okay, so describe how you kill him.
I just, I line up the 2 shots and one like into the shoulder so he kind of reels a bit and the other one like in one ear out the other. One floppy rat ear.
Yeah, nice. And you start to see as the blood like hits the water, you can barely see, but like now the sewage is starting to fill with blood as well. It's quite disgusting. Bellion.
I am very mad at the thing that just bit me.
You should be.
I'm going to immediately, like, at this buddy, we're just going to try to yank it in and start smacking it with the rapier again.
Okay.
18?
Hits.
13 damage.
Okay.
And then, if it's still up, I'm going to keep stabbing it.
Hang on, I'm trying to sort my shit out here.
Oh, yeah, there's like 2 tokens on top of each other there, isn't there?
Well, it's not even that. It's like I'm trying to write, and this is a mess the way I did it.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. 13 plus 8 is what? 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Had that one taken damage? Does anyone remember? I feel like it did.
Oh, yeah. I hit it twice, and it's been shot.
Yeah, and then Alton Eldritch blasted it some.
Okay, so yeah, the one closest to you, you absolutely destroy. You basically cut his body apart. And his little steel short sword just like falls to the ground and clatters. Anything else?
No, because there's another one in front of me, right? Like
Yes,
there's 2
yeah,
there?
he's like, and he's gonna step over his dead friend to get to you whenever it's his turn.
Oh yeah.
Reggie.
Bring it.
All right, I will make an attack against this one right on the bridge with me.
Okay. Hits.
And another one.
14 hits. So 12. Okay, you moving? Anything else? Bonus?
No, that's all I'm gonna do. I'll stay here if it's still live. So.
Okay. Cool. So that's your turn. Brutus's turn. Selenda, he's gonna try to like move past you, and he's gonna come up to the bridge. And he is going to take 2 great sword attacks against this rat. Whoops, that's not how you roll attacks on the character sheet. Can you tell I never play D&D? Holy crap. Yeah, hits and hits.
Nice.
23 plus 9 is 32.
Brutus for MVP.
So, yeah, Reginald, like, you're standing there as blood starts splashing against your armor as this rat man just gets cut apart. And Brutus doesn't seem particularly, like, pleased about it. Like, he's not, like, thrilled with his result, but he still manages it. And he's going to just kind of casually step back onto these stairs, and you see him, Reggie, he's kind of observing into this other room.
Wait, was he standing on a rat man?
Yeah, I thought that was a rat.
Was he on it?
He was on it.
Is it there one right here?
I can't.
Yeah,
I
he was
can't
standing
tell.
on it.
Yeah,
It's hard to see him when you're zoomed
Yeah,
out.
I'm not a fan of the top-down tokens. It looks like
I'm
one.
zoomed in pretty far.
Oh, okay. So all right, you're right. So he would have, because he still could have gotten here, right, between Selenda and Vader.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he totally could have gotten there.
Okay, so actually, Reginald, I lied. The one next to you is not dead. I'm going to give him his hit points back. But the one that, yeah, he'll attack that one right in front of you, Valem, unless you're really opposed.
I don't have a grudge against any of these guys. They're more of an annoyance, so.
Okay. So Valem, yeah, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to target that one.
Next to Reggie.
Next to Reggie with Sacred Flame.
Okay. Wow, you guys are rolling pretty well today. Yeah, fails his dex save.
Nice.
And it takes 17 damage. So he's not quite dead. He is very badly burned. Reggie, you can smell the burnt fur coming off of him. Valem, anything else you want to move?
That's it.
Okay, Alton.
I will also target the one in front of Reggie.
Okay. So yeah, that first bolt basically tears him apart. It's just you're left with like a cloud of of fur that's just kind of blowing around, and we see like a big clump of fur as it floats down into the disgusting murky
Oh, that
sewage.
poor thing.
In that case, the second one goes between Celinda's legs and takes out his kneecap.
Okay, so he takes 14.
Isn't
Sort
it
of-
above me?
Yeah, it goes down into the water, but between her legs,
Oh.
and then back up to hit the rat. It's
Absolutely.
a cool Eldritch Blast.
There you go. So
Remember, my Eldritch Blast is a tentacle. It snakes between her legs.
stop. So yeah, that hits him, and you see like the tentacle like wraps itself around the little rat's like ankle and starts like trying to rip at him, and he's taking some serious hurt from it, but he's not dead. He's still on his feet. Is that your turn,
Yes, it is.
Selenda?
She is extremely disturbed by the tentacle that just brushed her leg, but she's going to firebolt the one in front of Brutus.
That hits.
Please roll good.
Yeah, that is enough to burn him alive.
And now I'm going to step back because fuck.
And I think like as you're getting a little deeper in, and you're casting these firebolts, Celinda, like all of you are noticing like there's like maybe like little sparks and like little bits of smoke that are sort of like popping around you.
Oh,
Like it's
no.
not major. It's not like the whole sewer is exploding yet. I mean, not exploding, but you're starting to notice some reaction to all the
Right.
sparks.
Methane.
So now it's the rat's turn. You guys have all but murdered most of them. Let's see. Bellion, obviously, I think there's only, 5 left. Bellion, the one nearest you, is going to take 2 short sword attacks at you. What's your AC?
17 at the moment.
So you take 8 piercing. The second one doesn't hit. And he's at this point, like, he's excited, but, obviously a lot of his friends are dying. The other ones over here start moving around pretty substantially. This one, where can he get? Oh, he probably can't. Let me just check my ruler here. It's too bad you guys all moved so far away. Yeah, so 3 of them are going to shoot crossbows kind of randomly at any of you. Obviously, Reginald, you're a target. Oh, and he crits you, so you take 13 piercing damage.
Ouch. All right.
And then 2 more. 1 at Brutus. It doesn't hit. And Valem, I don't think anybody shot you.
Morning flare. Disadvantage.
Yeah, as it's firing, it comes like right near you, and you spark right in front of his face, and you hear the arrow just kind of clink up high on the wall above you. And the last one, who is this one down here, he is actually going to run in your direction. And he can get here because he's got 30 feet. Yeah, he's gonna try to bite Brutus. That seems fair to me. And he hits. And he'll also swing a short sword at him. But that also hits. So Brutus starts taking some swings from this little rat man. -8. And Brutus is going to make a con save. Which he actually saves. Cool. So that rat man is like up in it, and he's like looking at all of you, and you guys see like his teeth are like stained with blood, and like he's like covered in dirt and grime and everything nasty down here. And he just looks like fierce, like these ugly red beady little eyes. And he's staring at you, Elizabeth, and it just happens to be your turn.
Yep. Take a step back, move the hunter's mark onto him. Let's try this again. Oh, good, it worked.
Okay.
Now that for the second shot. Did the first shot hit, I should ask?
It actually just hits.
Okay, yeah, so then the Colossus Slayer for the second shot. And Hunter's Mark's already in the macro now.
So how much damage total?
Good question.
Quick, somebody.
53?
Math.
Jason was doing it, sorry.
Is it 53?
Something like that. 23.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, Beth, you are
21, so that's 41. Yeah, 53.
28. Oh, nice. I like that macro you did. Okay, so 22
Yes.
plus 28. So it's 53. What does it look like when your 2 arrows like destroy this rat?
Leave my dwarf alone. Ping, ping. And again, just one through his like grizzled face, like his bloody face, and then the other one just followed up, like when you like split the arrow in all those movies.
Okay.
Beth for MVP. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Bellion, you're faced off against like a row of rats.
I see that. I'm going to start swinging at the first one.
God, now would be really nice to have lightning bolt.
18, they both hit.
17 damage. That's
17.
all I got.
Okay. Yeah, so that one is instantly like cut apart by your rapiers, but there's at least 2 more behind you. Reggie, you're covered in rat guts. You're watching Bellion like maybe valiantly like swing at some little rat creatures. What do you want to do?
So I'll step closer to Bellion. Now, is there one right in front of Bellion still, or is that one dead? There's a rat on top of an X.
I think they're both dead. I think there's only 2 left.
Okay, so then I'll step past Bellion. On the rat corpses. Hopefully this armor is bite-proof. And I'll make 2 longsword attacks against this rat.
Okay. Definitely hits. 10 actually does not hit.
Okay.
So the first one hits, you swipe into him, cut, long gash on his arm, and he's like squeaking and like he's like ready to go. Anything else? Bonus?
Nope, that's all.
Okay. It's Brutus's turn. I think Brutus just sort of like, you see him, Valem, he just kind of casually walks up the stairs. And he kind of begins to inspect what's going on in these other rooms. Looks like you guys have this handled, so. Valem.
I'm gonna move over and kind of cross the bridge and target the same
Sure.
rat man that Reggie's fighting.
Okay.
Same tactic, Sacred Flame.
Deck save. Can he actually make a deck save today? Yeah, he actually rolled exactly a 16. So does he take half, I'm guessing?
Nothing. 0.
Oh, nothing. Okay, so he takes nothing.
It's a cantrip.
Anything else your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Alden.
I'm going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, just to get a line of sight on these guys and start shooting the one closest to Reggie.
Okay, sure.
Wait, is there one between?
No, there's just the 2 below Reggie.
Okay, sorry, the X is in a weird place.
Reggie's basically standing on the corpses of these rats is what's happening.
Yeah.
That one definitely hits.
Did it kill the first? Well,
Nope.
shooting both anyway, but
Minus 12. Okay. It's still alive. Looking much, much worse for wear, but he's still alive. Covered in your nasty tentacles. Selenda.
All right. So let's see what I can do.
Maybe not as much fire this time.
Yeah, flame off.
Fire is fun. All right, I'm gonna Ray of Frost him then.
Okay.
The one right in front of Reggie, unless it's dead.
No, it's not quite dead. Looks very, very badly wounded. Definitely hits. Okay. What does it look like when you freeze him to death?
He just like turns into a popsicle. Reggie, kick him.
Can I kick him?
On your turn, sure.
Okay.
Now it's the last were rat's turn, and he looks like he just wants to go down fighting. Like all of his friends have died, so Reggie, he's gonna obviously run up on you, fully well expecting that like he's not gonna survive the battle, but he's gonna bite at you. Fuck. His bite misses, and he's gonna take a short sword attack, which also misses. So he moved like 5 feet. He realizes like he's all full of vim and vigor. You know, he's ready to go. And realizing, Reggie, that you're much harder to hit, and his bite was unsuccessful, he's not pleased. So he is actually going to flee. So if you want to take an attack of opportunity, you can.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Nice. 18. Okay. So you get a good long swipe into him, cutting into him. He kind of like screeches as he runs off. But that does not actually kill him.
Do I cut off part of his tail
Sure, if you want to.
as
Yeah.
he turns and runs?
Yeah. You can have a rat tail if you want. That's totally fine.
Awesome.
So he begins to flee. I think that's probably as far as he can get, though. Elizabeth. I don't know if you can see him from that distance.
I mean,
Oh, I
no,
can.
was
I move up.
double move.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and move the hunter's mark to him.
Okay.
Let's do this again.
Get him, Beth. You beast.
8 does not hit.
Oh, I finally missed.
17 actually hits. How much
So-
do
32.
32?
Beth,
Okay.
you are a beast.
So what does it look like when you your final arrow? I mean MVP for sure, but what does it look like? This arrow destroys him as he's running away.
Yeah, first one kind of goes over the ear, maybe clips it, and and then the other one just right in the back of the neck.
Okay, yeah, and his body just like you hear it in the darkness, like splash, and it sounds less like water and more like a sploosh, like there's a semi-solids in there, and its face just goes face first down into the water.
That's water in
Man,
quotes,
that
right?
sharpshooter, though.
Yeah, once I saw how low the AC was, there's no point in me not trying it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So at least for the time being, there you have cleared out the rat situation.
I'm gonna look
We get
at
an
the
additional fee for
bodies.
extermination, right?
I mean, if the city didn't know they were down here, then that's not their problem. But yeah. So
Does anyone need patched up?
I'm good as gold.
I'm all right.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
too
yeah.
busy looking over the bodies.
yeah, and so basically all you find, Bellion, is some pretty poor quality little short swords, hand crossbows. They're all wearing like rags.
But they're rats, right?
I can recover half my arrows for this combat, yeah?
You can, yes.
I'd actually like to cast Mending to help them recover more.
I think the ones that were from the Black Pudding. If you're talking
Oh
about
no, obviously not them, but the rat fight here.
okay, so you'll get like another half, like half of the half that you were
3/4
guys
as
had-
opposed to.
right.
These guys had crossbows,
Awesome.
bows, right?
And
Do they have
crossbows.
bolts?
They're hand crossbows, and they're yeah, you could use them. They're shit quality. Like they are garbage quality bolts. They're things that they've like stolen or quote unquote crafted. So you could use them, see if they're effective.
They're not. It's based on their performance. Don't bother.
Yeah, and
I have a
Bellion,
crossbow
as you're
and
like
a
searching
crossbow
through,
bolt.
you feel like a throbbing sensation where the rat bit you.
Oh, I'm sure. Do I recognize what these things are at all? Come to think of it.
You could give me a check, nature check, or I mean, I think an Arcana check might work here as well.
They're all the same to me. So let's go with Arcana.
Yeah, they look like large
Yeah.
bipedal rats.
They're still rats.
They are.
What about me? Can I do a check?
I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it.
Well, I kind of am. You got bit by a rat.
I don't know if you saw him get bit though, but
I mean, they're fucking giant rats.
I wonder where our
You were,
dwarf
like,
went.
hiding.
yeah. And as you kind of say that, you see Alton, if you go back there, he's kind of like lurking around the bodies to the south.
Ah,
Like you see him kind of come out the other side, and he kind of like looks up at you, Elizabeth, and he kind of gives you a smile, like maybe like a proud dad, just looks at you. He's like, "Well, looks like they're all gone. Seem to have dealt with that pretty easily, I think."
Anything of interest back there, or just
I
you
mean,
know.
there's piles of shit. It seems like they're sleeping and pooping here. It's gross. course, they're nasty creatures. The back end
Well.
there sort of opens up into what looks like a sort of cistern, a pool. I don't know. It doesn't smell any better than the rest of it, though.
But we're going west, I believe, so let's not worry about it too much. I'll just take a look up here. It looks like the door up here, and we'll see if that goes anywhere.
They were
Just
rather
up the top.
cute, though.
Oh, never mind.
More
Never
dead
mind.
ends.
It's a dead end. Yes, it's small rooms filled with shit. I'm sure.
All of them.
Well,
All right.
it's,
Let's
I kind of
press
shake
on.
my arm a little bit. That fucking hurts. Brilliant, that hurts, doesn't it? They bite. It hurts.
Aye, I mean, they've got sharp teeth. It's not
I
that
know,
bad, though,
right?
mate. I hope you can live with a bite. It's just a rat, mate.
Oh, they'll be fine. Do not worry about it.
Do you need patching up?
I am still okay at the moment. I'm
All
pretty,
right.
pretty good.
Forward.
Brutus
Forward.
kind of like gives you a
Forward.
beckons you.
Oh,
He's
is it
like, right.
Now he's gonna
Right,
get like sewer fever or something weird.
AIDS.
Get us
Give
all
him a
sick.
Phelan can
Favor-
give him one of
favor.
his.
It's okay. Valem can fix him with a suppository.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep going. I see another couple of donuts and some stuff up ahead. What do you guys see? I don't see any more rats, so I'm okay with that.
I see Celinda's ass.
I see
splitting
Beth's
the seam
ass.
of my pants.
Yeah, and Bellian, as you're kind of approaching that sort of, I don't know if you can see at the opening, to what would be your right, it's west.
Yeah.
It looks like you're seeing like what looks like, and it's sort of wrapping around into the hall that you're in, is filled with kind of like spider webs, like really thick. And they don't look old. Spider webs.
I kind of point to everyone and get into the water and be like, waving them into the water, be like, spider webs. Let's go with those. Stay away from the door for a moment. Let's look inside from a distance this time. I'll move forward, like looking in. This time from a distance at a door. Just kind of like, what is in there?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Hey, aren't you human? Can you even see in the dark?
I have a light.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like extremely thick webbing. Like you're not seeing anything moving. It's not, but it's really looks like really fresh, thick spider webbing.
No spiders.
boss.
No, we are gone. Let's just move on.
Come on, Celinda. It looks like there's a pulley down here anyways, and we can't go this way.
I'd rather
It also
not,
smells
yeah.
exceptionally bad, I'm sure.
Yeah, the smell's not getting any better through this whole place.
Hey, Reginald, let me borrow your sword for a moment. I'll trade you, just for a moment.
Why? I've had this sword for like 25 years.
You want to get this back? I want you to cut some webs. My rapier is not
No,
good for it.
let's move past the webs.
Okay,
Well- What's around the corner just ahead of you first?
let's go look. I see a bridge. There's nothing down here. And let's go look at the pool.
So as you approach Bellion, yeah, there's a large pool of water here. Again, this one is actually fairly filled with what looks like mostly water. But what you notice, Bellion, as you approach is like you start to notice these big clumps in the pool. And the closer you get, you come to realize that it looks like dead rats, like actual rats. And they're just like floating dead, and they look like, you know, like their fur's all clumped up, and they seem to be clumping in sort of a pile.
Are they like swirling a little bit into the middle? Are we in a giant toilet?
I mean, the water is moving. It doesn't look like a toilet, but it's not like the big pile is maybe floating a little bit. But it's definitely not like a full flush sort of thing.
I got you. I'm just like, it looks like a large pool. I do see another way to the west, but I don't really see a ledge to get to it. I don't see a bridge either.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to use that ledge, but yes, it's gonna require checks.
Wait, I see light far to the south, though.
There's a stairwell over here as well.
I also see light way to the south.
Hold
by
on,
the way.
let me take a look. Yes, Bellion, if you are seeing that light, because I have my thing zoomed in, you are actually seeing that. That is not a mistake.
Daylight. We're under the
I-
city.
I see it too.
Yeah.
I suggest that we go back to the spiders and go down this big pool. I don't really see a good way to get to this.
How deep is the water in the pool?
It's
We have a path.
yeah. You can't. I mean, you could swim in it, but yeah, it's not walkable water.
Ugh, no,
The path
not gonna
doesn't go all
swim
the
in
way
that.
around, Elizabeth. It only goes part way.
Valem, since you're moving, give me a perception check.
Oh, brother.
And I assume you have your light out. Yeah, you
I do.
Okay. So you're hearing to the south of you. You're hearing a similar sound that you heard with the other rats, like this kind of scurrying, like sound. And directly to the north of you, you're hearing what sounds like a kind of buzzing, swarming sound. Yeah.
What did you do, Willem? Where did he go?
East,
Just
or he's
off.
checking out the east passage.
I think we have to go through the spiders, folks. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just gonna try to back up.
if we're gonna try and get through the spider webs, now might be a time to use fire.
I'm not so sure we can use that at all now.
I do not think that's a good idea. I think that we should just cut it away and move through. Literally, I'll be right behind you. Just cut it away.
If we start a large fire, this whole
Spiders!
area could light up.
We need to get west, though.
I don't want to go in the spider room.
Then we would go last after they have been dealt with. And I did not see a big spider anyways. It would look like little spiders. They're probably harmless.
As someone who is a real life allergic to spider bites, I fucking don't want to go in there.
Why don't we go through the spiders?
We
Hey,
have to get through.
Brutus, you like spiders?
I'm not much a fan of them, but whatever you gotta do.
Let's go stomp a few. You good with it?
Yeah, sure. Hey, if we're going that way.
If
I'm
you
back
don't want to
everywhere.
go
Let's go
that
through the-
way, where I was just at the end of this hall here, I kind of point down this way. I heard basically similar rat sounds to the south, and then I heard what appears to be like insects to the north.
I would like to avoid them, if at all possible. Let us go through the
Well,
spiders.
I'm just saying we have an option. We know that there's probably spiders where you.
Is that some kind of post that I'm seeing?
Hold on. Let me ping again, please.
Yep, on the
Yeah,
east
I mean,
side of the-
there's a lot of like posts in
Or
here that
west.
basically hold up the ceiling.
Oh, so they're stone, not wood.
Correct.
Okay, so there goes that idea.
Is there something large that we could all stand on? We probably weigh more than 500.
Let's go. We might as well keep moving. Either we go far to the south where I
All
saw
right.
the light, or we go through the spiders. Reginald, do you want to go first, or shall I? I do not have a problem.
I'll go first.
All right.
Can I Eldritch
stay
Blast
close
through
to me so I
webs?
can see?
It's force damage, so I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's not cutting, but
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Eldritch Blast just starts pummeling the webs.
Okay. Sure. So when that happens, immediately a giant spider collapses and falls from the ceiling, and
I turn to Bellion and say, "Small spiders, my ass."
That's
That is not a
initiative,
very-
folks.
That is not a big spider. What are you talking about? I've seen much larger.
You said small spiders, not big spiders.
What? That is not big.
But it's not small.
Ouch.
Small to me.
Do.
Still really wants to nope the fuck out right now.
Okay, did everyone roll? Oh, and the spiders go first! Hooray! Okay.
Notice
Sorry,
the word
I
he
got a little
used.
too excited for a second there.
Spiders.
Yeah, so Reggie, since you're there, this spider is running over to you. And it is definitely going to God, it's gonna bite you.
Warding flare.
Oh, shit. Okay. So its nasty teeth are coming down at you, Reginald, and they're going to bite you. And then Valem, this spark of light kind of comes out of nowhere, and the spider reels back, and thus the attack misses you. But it's
I look over to Balaam and give him a nod.
it
Thanks.
is actually going to pull back from you, Reggie. So if you want to take a swing,
Thumbs up.
Yes, I do.
Was it close enough that I could just swing at it? I'm not that close.
okay. So
No.
you miss. The other one's going to come down at you. And it's yeah, it's going to bite you as well. What's your AC? It's 18, huh?
18, yeah.
Crap. Okay. So it misses you as well, and it's going to back up. I think it's going to back up about there. So if you you only get the one reaction, so you can't swing
Yeah.
again. Okay, Reggie, it's your turn now.
All right, so I'm just gonna call it. There's at least 2 of them, and then I guess is enough webbing cleared that I can step into there.
Yeah. That's
Without-
that's
without,
about
like-
as furthest as you're going to get in.
That's fine. I'm just gonna go up to the one that tried to bite me first.
Okay.
And make 2 longsword attacks against it.
Okay. That hits. Did Sean fuck up these tokens too? That's the question. No, he didn't. Yeah, so the other one hits as well. Okay. Yeah, I think you cut off a couple of its legs. It's still standing. Like it's panicked, but still alive. Anything else you want to do your turn?
No.
Okay. Bellion.
I'm going to put down the lantern, pull out the bow because I can't really get to the door, I think, with him in there, right? Like he's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shoot the one that he just,
Swung at.
yeah, I'm going to shoot it twice.
Both hit.
21 damage.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing absolutely collapses under the arrows. It just sort of sinks back into the webbing as like its gross, thick, like viscous gray blood begins pooling on the ground.
I told you, it's a small spider.
Alton,
Just swat it.
I saw the second one attack Reggie, so I'm
You
going
did.
to back up until I can see it, which should be about there. It looks like I've got a line of effect, and it didn't like the webs didn't like it. Let's see how the spider likes it.
okay. So both of those hit. So it's 27. So yeah. What does it look like when your Eldritch Blast like kills this spider?
2 tentacles just shoot forward, grab each side of its mandibles, and just rip its head apart.
Okay. Awesome. So these rooms are still the room that you just killed, like the spider. It's still filled with webbing. But yeah, the spider collapses back into the webbing dead. And as far as you're aware, you're out of initiative for the spiders. Okay, what's the plan?
Well, I'll start cutting away at more of the web.
Okay.
To make some more
And
room in
I'm-
here.
Yeah, I immediately
You
come
want
up
me to
behind
fire
him.
it?
No.
Oh,
So
And,
it'll take you just a couple minutes to get
Big
through the webbing, but
babies.
you can. It's really thick webbing though.
I pull out the dagger and help him. Like I start
Okay.
cutting it.
Sure.
as well.
Same thing, Eldritch Blast, but I'm going for the stuff towards the top of the ceiling just to get it above their heads, essentially, so that we don't have to worry about it brushing on our shoulders.
yeah.
Okay.
See, Reginald, there's a small spider. See,
Okay.
bigger.
Yeah. So you're able to cut through the webbing, and I'm assuming you guys all move through.
Yeah.
Brutus will follow because Sean always forgets to move his token.
I move him up. I finally just move it.
Yeah, and the room kind of opens up. Like you can see the water moving through here. You can see like pillars that are holding up, that seem to be support beams.
Does it look like ship water still?
Yes. The
Okay.
the water is still like it's moving a bit here, but yeah, it's still pretty gross.
I'm guessing it's flowing like around this U to the like counterclockwise and then back down. I'm guessing.
Uh,
I mean, I'm
That
trying to figure out
way?
which. Yeah, I'm
thinking,
guessing
hold
towards
on.
the ocean that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know which way. I know which way.
Because
to
we're
go,
north of the
folks.
hemisphere, that's the direction it's flowing.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. I'm gonna hop across and be like, "Come on, Reginald, let's go." I think that we're close. I think we should be quiet.
I was
Getting
already trying
close.
to be
Maybe
quiet.
we should take our potions.
Okay, so right there, Bellion, I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Bellion, as you guys are starting to move through and you don't see any enemies, Bellion, you pass between these pillars. And as you do so, because you weren't looking and paying attention, you realize that you just triggered a trap that was set on a wire between two of these pillars. So, because of the general location, I think that Bellion, Reggie, and Valem, all three of you are going to make dex saves.
What? It's my
At
good one.
disadvantage.
I
Oh
don't
wait,
have
no.
disadvantage.
Is,
Yeah.
is it at disadvantage?
No, it's just
No.
just ability checks. That's like exhaustion too.
I'm
saves.
definitely using this ring of evasion to make that save.
I'm gonna use luck.
Wait, did we all
Okay.
roll threes? Oh no. Valen rolled the 2.
Rolled really bad.
We all rolled bad though.
Me and Reginald both rolled threes. It's like, what? And then John pulled out the 2. Why? Why?
Okay, so sorry. What did each of you roll? With
I
advantage
rolled a
or whatever
4,
you
but
did it.
I'm using that ring of evasion, so I made the save.
11.
I rolled 22 with luck.
Okay, so please don't. Yep. Okay, because Sean can't roll for shit. So if you saved, you take 7. If you fail, you take 14 bludgeoning damage as the ceiling basically collapses on you.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm assuming I failed,
Well-
right? You didn't tell us which one was failed.
Oh, sorry. The DC was 15. I think
Okay.
2 of you saved. I think, yeah.
No. Yeah, 2 saved. He used his ring, so.
Okay. Yeah, but you failed, right, Bellion?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you take 14. The other 2 of you take 7 as the ceiling just collapses on you.
Son of a bitch, Rockfall. We're close. I told you we're getting
Let's
close.
follow.
Yeah,
I'll die.
I mean, it is it's a good sign in the fact that someone set this. Probably not the rats or the spiders.
We
Bellion,
definitely need to be cautious moving forward, though.
Son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
It's
that
really bad right now.
Son of
Just-
a bitch.
Just so you know, Jason locked up, so he had to restart. That's why Alton disappeared.
Oh.
So I will ask again, does anyone need to get healed up? I could patch someone up.
I would not mind a bandage around my rat wound.
All right.
I'm still red as rain.
Good enough.
I'll be all right for now.
Okay. So you guys are kind of taking a moment getting healed up. Since Jason kind of crashed, you guys want to take a break here?
That
Yeah,